to the channel. It is another week of half marathon training. The last week and a half I have been traveling. I went back home to Pennsylvania for a few days and then I went up to Nova Scotia to see my grandma. It was so beautiful, such a grounding experience. The nature there is just, it's like a sobering experience because you're just in the middle of nowhere and it's just you and nature and your thoughts, and it was honestly such a beautiful experience, and I love being able to see my grandmother. She is 88 years old. She looks like she hasn't aged in 10 years, and she's just such a beautiful soul. So that was a really great time with her. My mom is back here with me in Texas, so she'll be here for a few days, and she'll be flying out on Wednesday morning. So needless to say, this video is basically getting back to reality, getting back into our routines, which sounds so good right now. I'm really excited to get back into training with lifting and running, doing yoga, having my painting supplies near me again, kind of to express all of the gratitude that I have for that trip that I took last week. And I even have a hair appointment and also blood work on Friday morning. I don't know if I'll share my blood work in this video, but next week I probably will because I'll have my results in by then. But I use Function Health, which I absolutely love. I had my first blood draw at the beginning of this year, so I'm excited to get my mid-year check-in and see what my numbers look like. Hopefully they're better. I feel like I've been making really good life choices with training, trying to eat better, doing all the good things. So yeah, so I'm really excited for this week just to get back to the norm and feel really good about that. As much as I love traveling and seeing different parts of the world, my routine feels so good. I miss having a routine so much. So right now I'm meal prepping a bunch of chicken for the week. I'm also still reading my book that I started on the plane. This one, if you guys remember, I got mixed reviews, but that's okay. I personally am obsessed with it. So I'm gonna read, cook my chicken, and it just feels so good to be home. So I wanted to give a little training update. I am so sad, but about 2 weeks ago, I started experiencing some pain in my right knee, like right above the knee. And I tried stretching a little bit more and after and in between runs, and it didn't really get better. I was also traveling, so I got 1 week of training in while I was traveling, and then the second week that I was traveling, I decided to do one run, which I did film, and that was I forget what it was. It was 2 miles, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was 2 miles, which was a pretty good, basically recovery run. So I did that run and I just really wasn't feeling good. I mean, it hurt to just walk, to go upstairs, to sit down and get up out of a chair, things like that. And so I thought it would be best just to take the rest of the week off. So I did rest all of last week. This week I am going to start training again, but I'm going to be super mindful of my body and make sure that nothing crazy is going on. I definitely think that I need to reach out to a sports PT or something like that to help just diagnose what's going on, to make sure that we take care of it, because one of my biggest fears is that I injure myself early on and then I can't enjoy running the rest of my life, because that's one of my goals, is not just to train for, you know, the race I have in October, but to train for life. So anyways, we are on week 9 of half marathon training. So honestly, I feel like 9 weeks of running without any issues that's pretty good, but I'm not happy about where we are. So lifting wise, I'm probably going to not do a full range of motion for anything in the leg area. So instead of doing my normal back squats, I'll probably do like a box squat or something like that, and just not do full range of motion. And like I said, just easing back a little bit and not going as crazy, so not as heavy, maybe not as many reps, and just listening. I mean, maybe it'll feel good, maybe it won't after a week of rest. But anyways, running this week, we have our typical 4 runs this week. Our first run is going to be 6 rounds of 600 meters at a 9 to 9:30 pace with a 2-minute rest. Then we'll have a recovery run of 3 miles, a tempo run, which you guys know how I feel about tempo runs. If you don't know how I feel about tempo runs, I hate them. I hate them. But anyways, we have a tempo run of 1 mile warm-up, 3 miles at a 10:15 to a 10:30 pace, and a 1 mile cool down, and then we have a long run of 8 miles. Last week I was supposed to have a long run of 5 miles, so last week was actually supposed to be a deload week anyways, so I feel like it kind of worked out that I took a rest week, and so hopefully the 8 miles won't feel too intense. So that's the training we have for this week. Those are some honest training updates. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but I think I need to, like I've been saying this whole time, incorporate more yoga into everything, and not just yoga but mobility work I think is really important. But the style of yoga that I like doing is a lot of mobility work, and that's another goal that I am working on for you guys, is writing out different flows and just having more playtime on my mat to come up with creative flows so I can start sharing them on my channel as well. So that's the training for this week. I'm excited to be back. Hopefully my body agrees with me and we can have a good training week. I also want to share with you guys that I came home to the sweetest surprise ever. It's still a work in progress, but my husband worked so hard when I was gone to redo all of our landscaping basically in the front yard, which is not an easy task to do by yourself and also to do in like the peak of summer heat of Texas. So I'm going to show you guys what he did out front. It looks so good. This is probably one of my favorite sections. So originally we just had these three with river rock, so it's more of like a brown, and he put in this nice slate color and got these really cool, I don't know, I guess they're cacti, I don't really know, but we saw them in a store and we didn't realize that they're gonna be like a few feet tall, so they're gonna get huge. Then he added in these guys, 2 aloe plants in the back, and then another one of these cacti looking things, but this one's more of a light color versus that like reddish dark color. And then he also did these grasses up here, which is super exciting. So it looks so good. So we still have to move all of this rock to the backyard still, and then we picked up this massive cactus at our favorite water store, Blue Jug in New Braunfels. Shout out to them. They have the most amazing plants in the world and amazing water, of course. But this cactus, so amazing. And then we still have to figure out how to hang these guys up and all of that fun stuff, but for the most part, super exciting to come home to and seeing like the front of my house, so beautiful. There's a really cute new refillery that opened up just down the road from us, and so we're gonna go check it out. Mom wants to go, Jake wants to, everyone wants to go, so we're gonna go check out this refillery. I purposefully didn't look at any photos online because I just want to go and enjoy it, but I've heard it's really cute and they have really great stuff, so I'll bring you guys with me, show you it, and then I'll show you what I get afterwards. You guys, that place was so cute. I am now obsessed. I'm really actually excited that there's one in town. We usually buy stuff online for, you know, more natural ingredients and things like that. But this place is right down the road, and the coolest part is everything in her store is also sourced from locally owned or small businesses in Texas, like San Antonio and Dallas. It was just so cool talking to her. So I'm going to show you a few things I got. So we all got some body soap. I got one that's green clay and olive oil, so I'm really excited to try that out. I also got shampoo and conditioner bars. I used to use shampoo and conditioner bars back in like 2020, but they were kind of not technically new, but gaining popularity, so they were okay, but they used to dry my hair out. So I'm really interested to see how these ones do, but I feel like they've probably progressed in the last 5 years. Outside of that, I think that my mom also got, she has a lot of nerve and joint pain with some of her autoimmune conditions, so she found some lotions that are for that, so I'm excited for her to try those out. And then we got a Mystic Ember. The packaging on this is so cute. I don't know if it's focusing, but it's so cute. We got this Mystic Ember. It's just like room spray. It smells like fall. It smells so good. I'm also going to try this shaving foam. So an all-natural shaving foam. I have a really hard time, there we go. I have a really hard time finding products that work on my skin because my skin's very, very, very sensitive. It's very dry, it's very sensitive. So I'm excited to see what that shaving foam will do. Hopefully it'll help with the irritation I get with shaving. And then I also got this lymphatic cream. So this is really nice for me, for girlies who have a little bit more cellulite or hold a little bit more liquid in their bodies. I'm super excited to try this out. I've been trying to be really good about my lymphatic massages every day. And overall, I feel like I've just felt a lot better. And then we got this big boy. This is probably our biggest purchase. This is laundry detergent. So I don't know if I want to get a pump that goes in the top, or maybe we can just use this to refill because it's easy to carry, and then get like a glass container with a spout at the bottom to keep in the laundry room. So everything smells so good. I'm really excited to try it all out. It's called the River City Refillery, RCR, but it was just so stinking cute, and I'm just so excited to have that in our town. Good morning. This morning I was up at 3 to take my mom to the airport. I know back from the airport I got home around at 5:20. It's like 5:45 now. As much as I want to just take a nap before the day begins, I decided I should just get my run in like a good girl. So we have a long interval run today, so it'll be 6 rounds of 600 meters at a 9 to 9:30 pace, followed by a 2-minute rest. So it should be about a 35-minute workout. So yeah, I'm excited to get my first run in for the day, or for the week. My brain's not awake. I just got back from my run and I'm sad to report that when I was doing my cool down walk, my hamstring felt super tight, which is new. Usually the pain is just centralized to like right above my right knee, but my right hamstring is feeling really, really tight. So I think I definitely have to make that call to my chiropractor or like a sports specific doctor type person to help me figure out what's going on. I've always had like tight hamstrings, like they've always been like chronically strained just from the hyperlordosis that I have, which is not anything crazy. It sounds crazier than what it is, but my back just really arches more than the average. And so when your hips are tilting forward constantly, and obviously my day job, I'm sitting at a desk all day, so my hip flexors are shortening, which causes my nice tight hamstrings. So I'm not sure what the solution is going to be, but I definitely want to listen to my body, keep learning my body, respecting my body, because I really want to run not just for this race, but for a long time, because I really enjoy it and it feels good. So yeah, so I'll update you guys, but I'm gonna do a little foam rolling, a little stretching, get a cup of coffee, and maybe read, meditate, do all those things. I think I'll have time to do that this morning before I log on to work. I have about an hour before work, so should be good. But yeah, sad update, but it is what it is. The run was good though. The run felt really good, like when I was in the middle of it. So I'm proud of that, proud of my stats, especially for taking last week off. I feel like my first run was really strong. So that's exciting at least. I officially finished the first book in this series, and I went out to my bookshelf to grab book number 2 because I was like, immediately I want to read the next book. And then I realized that I have books 1, 3, 4, and 5, but not 2. So of course we're going to Barnes & Noble after work today to go get the second book. I can't wait till the weekend. It's Wednesday, so I need it today. So we're gonna go do that. We're trying out new pasta. That's sourdough pasta, which I've never had before. It's actually pretty good. I tried a little piece of pasta when I was boiling it, and it actually tasted sourdough, but with the sauce on and the meat and the Parmesan, it tastes just like normal pasta. It's very good. Highly recommend. That's really bright. I did not expect the flash to come on, but it is 9 p.m. I'm in bed reading the second book, and I am just addicted. You guys have sent me recommendations for other series, so I'm definitely checking them out after this. But I will say sometimes I have a really hard time because when I get locked into a series, that's where my whole focus goes, and I'm trying to be good and still balance it with like painting and training and work and life and all the things, but I get so sucked into these stories. It's so bad. It's like this is all that exists to me. But anyways, I'm a happy girl. I'm gonna read for a little while and then get some sleep. I obviously just got out of the shower. We had quite the eventful evening and it scared the crap out of me, and I'm so grateful we were home. I was just logging off of work, getting ready to go to the garage and work out, and all of the smoke detectors started going off in the house, so I'm a little panicked. I'm like running around sniffing, nothing smells, and I'm like, oh my god. So I get the harness on Luna, we go outside as Jake tries to go around and turn the smoke detectors off, and they're not turning off, so we're thinking there's like a gas leak or something like that. And then we finally discover in the guest room in the front of the house there's water coming through the smoke detector. And so now this is our current situation. Ironically, we had someone out earlier today to work on the HVAC because there was a wet spot on the ceiling in this room that had been a wet spot like 6 months ago. We thought we solved the problem, but I noticed yesterday that the wet spot was a little bit darker, so I was like, we should just get someone out here to take a look. And then by the end of today, there was just water everywhere. So we have to figure that out. Home ownership is so fun. I just love spending every penny I have because society tells you to buy a house because it's fun and it means you're successful. It is not fun. So yes. What are the odds? But like I said, I'm so glad we were home and that our dog is safe and all of those things, because that's one of my biggest fears. This is such a great Friday. Okay, you want to know why? I went and got my blood work done super early in the morning. My appointment was at 7:15, so I had to leave here around 6:45, which isn't horrible. But I get to the waiting room and I start a conversation with the sweetest gentleman that's sitting across the room from me, and we were sharing that we both use Function Health, which is just amazing. And one of my favorite things about Function is that it gives you an age based off your blood work. My blood work age was 19, I'm 27, and so we were talking about that, and this guy, I asked him if he would be willing to share his, and his blood work age was 52, and he's turning 70 next month. How cool is that? I mean, he looked young. I would never imagine that he was 70, and it just honestly was so inspiring to just keep working on myself and working on my health, just to be at that age and have blood work that says I'm only 52. It's just incredible, the people you meet on their health and fitness journeys. It just makes my heart so happy. And then on the way home, one of my favorite coffee shops in town, Two Rivers, I don't know if you can see the Two Rivers, they had a 9-hole punch day. So the punch cards, you have 10 punches and you get a free drink. 9-hole punch day when you buy a large. So of course I got myself one and I got Jake one too. And yeah, the blood work went really well. I didn't pass out this time, which is great. I passed out halfway through last time, so this time I was more proactive and I asked if we could start in a laying position. I don't know what happens, but halfway through, I don't know if it's the amount of blood that they withdraw or what, but it did not go well last time. But this time we crushed it. So it's a great Friday. Now I'm back at work. I'm gonna take a quick break and take Luna Bug for a walk, and then I have my hair appointment later today. So I don't know, it's a good day. Is my current breakfast bowl. It's about 37 grams of protein, which is pretty good. I used 3 of the chicken sausages, 3 eggs, and 3 egg whites, and then some hash brown. And personally, I love putting a little bit of syrup on top. So these are my go-to breakfast bowls at the moment. I think they're amazing. Today I cooked it inside, but on the weekends when I can cook everything on the Blackstone, so good. But great source of protein first thing in the morning. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. I am back from my hair appointment. It is definitely a little bit later than last time. I asked her to take a lot of the warmth out because when I first got it done, it was a nice, like, cooler colors, ashy undertones. And I definitely, over the fall, want to transition to less of a highlight and more of just ashy mushroom brown across the whole thing. I think that would look so good, especially as I lose my tan. So yeah, but I'm really happy. I got a little trim in the bangs, but I kept the length. I'm debating if I should grow it out or not, or if I should keep it short and fun. I don't know. It's such a hard decision, but yeah, new hair, and I just finished work. So it is officially the weekend, and it's a long weekend because Monday is Labor Day. So cheers to that. One of those mornings where everything's moving super slow, as in me, my body and my mind, like tripping up the stairs, tripping down the stairs. Sometimes I don't know how I run because I'm really not coordinated at all, but we have our tempo run this morning, so I need to get my together. I got out the door super late. I was hoping to be back by the house by now. It's 8, and I'm just leaving the house. But it's fine, it's Saturday. We can do what we want. So here we go. Okay, we are back from our run. It was not the prettiest run, but it is what it is. I put out a video on TikTok, and I'll probably do a poll on Instagram as well for tips for running on your period. I didn't think it was going to be this big of a challenge. The first day, like I said in a previous video, the birds, do you hear them? They're so loud this morning, and I just love it. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. Okay, I got it. I usually take the first day off because I don't function properly. I can barely stand up with pain and all that stuff. So the first day I usually take off. Second, third, fourth day, like, I'm running again. But if I'm doing anything over like 2 miles, I feel so horrible. Mentally, it's a battle, but that's up to me. Like, I just have to personally work on that and just mentally work through the blocks that come up with the emotional highs and lows. But okay, wait, I'm being interrupted by the cutest, I think it's a mockingjay, but it's a baby. It's like this big and it's making so much noise. Anyways, so mentally I have to do that work, and I know that, but physically, if there's any tips for like certain types of foods that you eat or supplements you start integrating into your diet before and during, or maybe like a pre-run meal that you really like that seems to really help just physically give you more energy. I'm also taking into account that obviously I got blood drawn, and they say not to do intense workout for 12 to 24 hours, but I really felt okay. I don't know. So if you have any tips, please, please, please comment them down in the comments, because obviously I'm a very beginner runner, and I would love some tips because I have really bad news. It's not that bad of news, but my period tracker says that I'll be on day 2 of my period during my first half marathon. So if doing your first half marathon isn't hard enough, just add that on top. And I know this is like a normal female thing, but like, how do you guys do it? Please help a girl out. We are doing it. Say hi, Luna. We are getting our fall drinks from Starbucks. Every year we have to do it at least the first weekend that they have it out, and we do like a little pumpkin spice tour. So when all the other local shops have their pumpkin and fall flavors out, we'll be doing this as well. But usually we do like 1 per year because that's all we really need. So we'll see how they are. Luna's very excited to get her pup cup. I got the pumpkin spice chai latte, and then Jake got 2. He already swirled this one up, but it's the pumpkin cream cold foam cold brew, and then a classic pumpkin spice latte. So we're ready to rock. We are officially home for the evening. We were in Austin most of today because that hole in our ceiling from earlier in the video has now turned into needing a whole new HVAC system. So that's fun. It is what it is, and like I said, I'm grateful we were here when everything happened, just because we didn't want the water going everywhere and could have been a bigger mess. So I'm very grateful we were home, and we're getting everything figured out and coordinated to be fixed next week. A positive update is when I did my run this morning, I actually ran in full length leggings and I had no knee pain. No knee pain during the run or after the run. My hamstring was perfectly fine. So I think the compression around the knee really, really helped. Obviously, there's still a deeper issue there, so I'm still going to get it looked at and evaluate, but I was very, very happy about that at least. But yeah, that's everything from this week. I unfortunately did not get a lift in, which is just mind-blowing, but obviously a lot happened this week, so it is what it is. I'll definitely get fully back into my routine next week. I'm actually looking forward to it, and I'll likely modify my workouts next week to accommodate my knee, and yeah, we'll just go from there. But it felt really good to be home and back in a routine this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. I know I say it every week, but genuinely the connections that I've been able to make with you guys, the stories you guys have shared about your running journey or your fitness journey in general have been so inspiring. And yeah, it's just been really nice. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and I will see you next week.